In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful. Kaf ha ya ain swad. This is an account of the mercy of thy Lord shown to his servant, Zachariah. When he called upon his Lord, a secret calling, he said, My Lord, the bones have indeed waxed feeble in me, and the head glistens with hoariness, but never, my Lord, have I been unblessed in my prayer to thee. And I fear my relations after me, and my wife is barren. Grant me, therefore, a successor from thyself, that he may be heir to me and to the house of Jacob, and make him, my Lord, well-pleasing to thee. O Zachariah, we give thee glad tidings of a son whose name shall be Yahya. We have not made anyone before him of that name. He said, My Lord, how shall I have a son when my wife is barren, and I have reached the extreme limit of old age? He said, So it is, but thy Lord says, It is easy for me, and indeed I created thee before, when thou wast nothing. He said, My Lord, appoint for me a token. God said, Thy token is that thou shalt not speak to anyone for 3 full days and nights. Then he came forth unto his people from the chamber, and asked them by signs to glorify God in the morning and in the evening. O Yahya, hold fast the book. And we gave him wisdom while yet a child, and tenderness of heart from ourself, and purity. And he was pious, and dutiful toward his parents. And he was not haughty and rebellious. And peace was on him the day he was born, and the day he died, and peace there will be on him the day he will be raised up to life again. And relate the story of Mary as mentioned in the book, when she withdrew from her people to a place to the east, and screened herself off from them. Then we sent our angel to her, and he appeared to her in the form of a perfect man. She said, I seek refuge with the gracious God from thee, if indeed thou dost fear him. He replied, I am only a messenger of thy Lord, that I may bestow on thee a righteous son. She said, How can I have a son when no man has touched me, neither have I been unchaste? He replied, Thus it is. But says thy Lord, It is easy for me, and we shall do so that we may make him a sign unto men, and a mercy from us, and it is a thing decreed. So she conceived him, and withdrew with him to a remote place. And the pains of childbirth drove her unto the trunk of a palm tree. She said, Oh, would that I had died before this, and had become a thing quite forgotten. Then he called her from beneath her, saying, Grieve not. Thy Lord has placed a rivulet below thee, and shake towards thyself the trunk of the palm tree. It will cause fresh ripe dates to fall upon thee. So eat and drink, and cool thy eye. And if thou seest any man say, I have vowed a fast to the gracious God, I will therefore not speak this day to any human being. Then she brought him to her people, carrying him. They said, O Mary, thou hast brought forth a strange thing. O sister of Aaron, thy father was not a wicked man, nor was thy mother an unchaste woman. Then she pointed to him. They said, How can we talk to one who is a child in the cradle? He said, I am a servant of Allah. He has given me the book, and made me a prophet. And he has made me blessed wheresoever I may be, and has enjoined upon me prayer and almsgiving so long as I live. And he has made me dutiful toward my mother, and he has not made me haughty and unblessed. And peace was on me the day I was born, and peace there will be on me the day I shall die, and the day I shall be raised up to life again. Such was Jesus, son of Mary. This is a statement of the truth about which they doubt. It does not befit the majesty of Allah to take unto himself a son. Holy is he. When he decrees a thing, he says to it, Be, Zrania, said Jesus, Surely Allah is my Lord and your Lord, so worship him alone. This is the right path. But the parties differed among themselves, so woe to those who disbelieve because of the meeting of the great day. How wonderful will their hearing and seeing be on the day when they will come to us. But today the wrongdoers are manifest error, and warn them of the day of grief when the matter will be decided. but now they are in a state of carelessness, so they do not believe. It is we who will inherit the earth and all who are thereon, and to us will they all be returned. And relate the story of Abraham as mentioned in the book. He was a truthful man and a prophet. When he said to his father, "O my father, why dost thou worship that which hears not, nor sees, nor can avail thee aught? O my father, there has indeed come to me knowledge such as has not come to thee. So follow me, I will guide thee to an even path. O my father, serve not Satan. Surely Satan is a rebel against the gracious God. O my father, indeed, I fear lest a punishment from the gracious God seize thee, and thou become a comrade of Satan." He replied, "Dost thou turn away from my gods, O Abraham? If thou cease not, I shall surely cut off all relations with thee. Now leave me alone for a long while." Abraham said, "Peace be on thee. I will ask forgiveness of my Lord for thee. He is indeed gracious to me, and I shall keep away from you and from that which you call upon beside Allah, and I will pray unto my Lord. It may be that in praying to my Lord I shall not be disappointed." So when he had separated himself from them and from that which they worshipped beside Allah, we bestowed on him Isaac and Jacob, and each of them we made a prophet. And we granted them of our mercy, and we bestowed on them a true renown. And relate the story of Moses as mentioned in the book. He was indeed a chosen one, and he was a messenger, a prophet. And we called him from the right side of the mount, and made him draw near to us for special communion. And we bestowed upon him out of our mercy his brother Aaron as a prophet. And relate the story of Ishmael as mentioned in the book. He was indeed strict in keeping his promise, and he was a messenger, a prophet. He used to enjoin prayer and almsgiving on his people, and he was well-pleasing to his Lord. And relate the story of Idris as mentioned in the book. He was a truthful man and a prophet, and we exalted him to a lofty station. These are the people on whom Allah bestowed his blessings from among the prophets, of the posterity of Adam, and of the posterity of those whom we carried in the ark with Noah, and of the posterity of Abraham and Israel. And they are of those whom we guided and chose. When the signs of the gracious God were recited unto them, they fell down, prostrating themselves before God and weeping. Then there came after them descendants who neglected prayer and followed evil desires. So they will meet with destruction, except those who repent and believe and do good deeds. These will enter heaven, and they will not be wronged in the least. Gardens of eternity, which the gracious God has promised to his servants in the unseen. Surely his promise must come to pass. They will not hear therein anything vain, but only greetings of peace, and they will have their sustenance therein, morning and evening. Such is the heaven which we give for an inheritance to those of our servants who are righteous. And we, angels, do not come down save by the command of thy Lord. To him belongs all that is before us, and all that is behind us, and all that is between. And thy Lord is not forgetful. He is the Lord of the heavens and the earth, and of all that is between the two. Serve him therefore, and be steadfast in his service. Dost thou know any equal of his? And says man, What, when I am dead, shall I be brought forth alive? Does not man remember that we created him before, when he was naught? And by thy Lord we shall assuredly gather them together, and the Satans too. Then shall we bring them on their knees around hell. Number then shall we certainly pick out from every group those of them who were most stubborn in rebellion against the gracious God. And surely we know best those most deserving to be burned therein, and there is not one of you but will come to it. This is a fixed decree with thy Lord. Then we shall save the righteous, and we shall leave the wrongdoers therein, on their knees. And when our manifest signs are recited unto them, the disbelievers say to the believers, Which of the two parties is better in respect of position, and makes a more impressive assembly? And how many generations have we destroyed before them, who were better off in wealth and better in outward show? Say, the gracious God does give those who are in error long respite until, when they will see that with which they are threatened, whether it be punishment or the hour, they will realize who is worse in respect of position and who is weaker in forces. And Allah increases guidance those who follow guidance, and the good works that endure are best in sight of thy Lord as reward and best as resort. Hast thou then seen him who disbelieves in our signs and says, I shall certainly be given wealth and children? Has he become acquainted with the unseen, or has he taken a promise from the gracious God? Nay, we shall note down what he says, and we shall greatly prolong for him the punishment. And we shall inherit of him all that of which he talks, and he shall come to us all alone. And they have taken other gods beside Allah, that they may be a source of power for them. Not at all. They will reject their worship and become their opponents. Seest thou not that we have sent Satans against the disbelievers, goading them on to acts of disobedience? So be not thou in haste with regard to them. We are keeping full account of their doings. Remember the day when we shall gather the righteous before the gracious God as honoured guests. And we shall drive the guilty to hell like a herd of thirsty camels. None will have the power of intercession save he who has received a promise from the gracious God. And they say, the gracious God has taken unto himself a son. Assuredly, you have done a most monstrous thing. The heavens might well nigh burst thereat, and the earth cleave asunder, and the mountains fall down in pieces, because they ascribe a son to the gracious God. Whereas it becomes not the gracious God to take unto himself a son. There is none in the heavens and the earth, but he shall come to the gracious God as a bondman. Verily, he comprehends them by his knowledge, and has numbered them all fully. And each of them shall come to him singly on the day of resurrection. Those who believe and do good deeds, the gracious God will create love in their hearts. So we have made it, the Qur'an, easy in thy tongue, that thou mayest give thereby good tidings to the righteous, and warn thereby a people given to contention. And how many a generation have we destroyed before them? Canst thou see a single one of them, or hear even a whisper of them?